Hey out there, this is Saturday, December 11th, 2016, and it's about 18 minutes before 10 in the morning here in Northern California, just west of the town of Paradise, in this big canyon. You notice all these locks on the fence. They're all people that, loved ones of people that have taken their lives here at this spot. Prior to this fence going in, they used to drive their cars right down this highway. It's a 55-mile-an-hour speed limit going east and west. And they would drive their cars right over the edge. And as you can see, that's a long way down. So it may not look like it with this little camera I'm holding, but it's a long way down. Those are some good sized trees we're looking at, pine trees there. In the distance there's a house. Starts over here. And it goes and goes. And goes. And goes. You know, I wanted to say one thing about the times we live in and about the President-elect Donald Trump. You know, this New World Order cabal and all their associated minions, the establishment status quo types, the Satanists, and that spirit thereof, all these people are seething with anger and hatred. And they're openly talking about wanting to kill Donald Trump. You know, if they can't somehow prevent his presidency from taking place by blaming the Russians, you know, this is the latest trick they're trying to pull. Blame the Russians for the election. There was fraud, and the Russians swung our elections to Donald Trump because they preferred him over Hillary. This is what they're trying to pull, and we got people in the CIA. And if anywhere there was an agency that had black hats and white hats, believe me, it's the CIA. A lot of people think it was when Daddy Bush was in office and JFK was assassinated. When Daddy Bush was a CIA guy, that he was in some way affiliated with that. People have done deep research on this subject. So it's a serious issue. So we got, thank God for the white hats again in the CIA. Guys like, well, I'm not going to say Steve Pachenik was ever in the CIA, but I get a hunch that he was in an agency maybe even above the CIA. So it's good to know that there's white hats out there that are even more powerful than these black hats. So anyhow, if they do murder Donald Trump because, you know, it's not going to work, they're blaming the Russians for the election, then you know, they're really looking at a world of hurt. You know, it really shows the desperation, because they even know, I mean, the jig is up, okay? They can't get any further than what they have. And they've wreaked havoc and misery and chaos and crises of every sort around the world for a long time now. And it's about time that they got put in their place. And you know, if they do kill Donald Trump, well, you know, I personally believe we're looking at civil war. I just don't know. I think we're so close to really, you know, such a monumental biblical proportions sea change coming upon the earth for all civilization, for all humanity. You know, something that like what Jesus talked about, like this end of the age and the beginning of a new age, and his return and the renewal of all things is the way the Bible puts it. You know, when this time where even all creation is groaning under the weight of this sin, this curse that befell the earth, that's going to be changed, and everything's going to be perfect. It's going to essentially be, God is going to render the earth into a kind of heaven. And this is what we have to look forward to. All the good and upright, decent people out there, that's what's coming. One way or another, that's what's coming to the earth. And we all need to be ready for that time. And it's a time of contentment and harmony and peace and joy, safety and security and prosperity and freedom and liberty and justice for everybody. So, you know, that's what all the good people have. You know, don't get disheartened. Just trust in God, because good is stronger than bad. God is stronger than the devil. And, you know, so that's how this thing's going to play out. And it's been rough. It's been rough for thousands of years, and for whatever reasons, God's let it happen. Just like the things he let happen to Job. But, you know, there's a rhyme, there's a rhyme and a reason. His ways are above our ways. We don't understand things the way he understands things. And that's what we need to strive to do, to always look up to him for understanding. And say, you know what, I want to know what your opinion is about this or that or the next thing. You know, what attitude should I have? What spirit should I embrace here? You know, how do you want me to look at this or that situation? And, you know, turn to him for all the things we need, for the strength and the wherewithal to keep standing, the courage to face the storms and the tribulation that will be coming upon the earth. It already has come, but it's going to be coming more and more and more until we get this this turning point, you know, which hasn't occurred yet. Things continue to get worse as we speak. I mean, look at Syria, for example. We got that war in Aleppo, you know, just heating up to the nth degree. I mean, it's coming down for these rebels, you know, what they call the freedom fighters, or ISIS and their ilk. So, you know, it's a very treacherous time we live in, and there's a lot of opposition to fixing things. And that's exactly what needs to be done. We've got to stop maintaining problems. We've got to stop allowing problems to grow and to even flourish. And then we got, you know, the vast majority of jobs in our society revolve around the problems, around the debt industrial complex, around the crime industrial complex, around the dubious warfare industrial complex, around the poverty industrial complex. Okay? Understand what I'm saying. Okay? It is true. I'm not being cynical here. I'm just stating the facts, and we all need to get real. We all need to be ruthlessly honest with ourselves and really just say, look, we've fallen really far, and it's going to be really tough for us to get back to have any semblance of peace in this realm. And we've got to really start giving a damn. And what that means is simply caring. It means loving one another, really caring about each other. And when we feel like we get it, we get that eureka moment, when we get this epiphany about, the difference between what we could have and how it is, and how we squandered the grace that God gave us, okay? That's it. We're supposed to show some progress. Have we shown progress as a species, as a civilization? No, we have not shown progress. We've shown anti-progress. And we've all got to get real. We've all got to understand just how far we've fallen and why God is angry and what he's angry about and what's about to take place, this great separation of the souls, the harvest of souls he talks about in the Bible. And, this group goes this way, where they've earned this, and this other group goes the other way, and they're separated. And this is the best thing he can do to the saints, to his friends, essentially, to the upright and decent among us that want justice on earth. They're willing to live in peace and harmony with their fellow man, to share and have plenty, and everybody to be free and safe and secure. Okay, all those good things we all want for our friends, our family, our children. Okay, it's only normal. It's a godly instinct we have to love one another, to care about one another, and to want the best for each other, to want the same things for other people that we want for ourselves. And we're so far from that situation now. We've swung so far away from that, with all the special interest groups out there colluding to make sure the problems are not only maintained, but that they flourish because they profit off the problems, because the problems are job security for them. This is absurd. This is sheer insanity. It's madness, because the rules and regulations that we're following are from madmen. They're haters. They hate you, they hate me, just because you're made in the image and likeness of God. And you can say, well, they're human too, right? They don't care. They've got no regard. They hate their humanity. They hate God. They hate all that is good. They hate truth. They hate justice. They hate mercy. Okay, they hate right. And, they've got some bad things to look forward to, because that's what they've earned by being miserable people and spreading misery and creating policies that humanity has to live under that are they're not conducive to any kind of progress. And that's what we really should be talking about here. Progress. Where's the progress? Show me the beef. Where's the beef? So anyhow, I wanted to make a little supplemental video, because I know I've been having trouble with my other camera and audio dropout issues, and I've got to send it into the shop for repairs. But I had to cut off the first part of the video because the tape was corrupted. It had bad audio. I hate it when that happens, because it's hard to figure out what's, one word in a sentence can be critical. So anyhow, I hope everybody's having a great day and have a great weekend, and we'll talk again soon, I hope.